Hello, everyone. So let's look at the second half of the syllabus. So we just finished up talking about the grading scale. The next few slides are just basically about my expectations and how I want this class to work over the next few months. First, I want to talk about academic honesty. Now, we all kind of understand that plagiarism is a bad thing. We should not cheat. But there are a few things that you need to know about what plagiarism looks like at Central Alabama. So plagiarism is defined as representing another person's words, thoughts, or ideas as if they were your own. So copying an essay in part or in whole from an online or a print source, having another person write any part of an essay for you, using quotes from research and not providing a citation, giving credit to the source of those quotes, all of those things are considered plagiarism. So in the English department, if you copy 5 lines or less, if you have plagiarized, whether you intended to plagiarize or not, 5 lines or less will result in a 0 for the assignment. So that is this first penalty right here, if it's 5 lines or less. If you copy 5 lines, more than 5 lines for an essay, or if you just copy an entire essay completely, then you could fail the course. Now, if you fail a course for plagiarism, then your transcript will also reflect that you failed a course due to plagiarism. So when you transfer to a 4-year college and you have to send your transcripts, they'll be able to see that you failed a course due to plagiarism. Now, how often does that happen? Very rarely. In fact, I don't know of a single person who has ever failed a course because of blatant plagiarism. But that is kind of the process if we come across blatant plagiarism in this class. So do your own work. In many cases, it's easier to just sit down and do your own work than it is to figure out how to plagiarize and get away with it. If you just sat down and just do it yourself, usually it's faster and your grades tend to be a little better anyway. Attendance. You're expected to come to class every day. You're expected to arrive on time every day, and you're expected to stay the entire class session. Now, I know life happens, and sometimes that is not attainable for everyone, and that's fine. If you miss a day here or there, like it's okay. But we will have quizzes. Some of them will be announced, and you'll know about them in advance. Some of them will not be announced. And quizzes cannot be made up. So if you are late and you miss a quiz, or if you are absent or you're sick, I'm sorry, and I hope you feel better, and I hope whatever's going on that caused your absence, it gets better for you. But if you're absent, you're absent. Having said that, you do need to sign the attendance log every single day. Every single day. Sign in proving that you were there, that you're showing initiative, that you want to be in class. It can make or break your grade at the end of the semester. If you cannot come to class regularly, it may be best for you to drop the course and retake it at a more convenient time for you. This is a traditional course, so if you can't come to traditional classes, you're going to have a difficult time passing. The last day to drop this course is Thursday, June the 28th by 4 p.m. and not 1 minute after that. Student Services will not allow you to drop the course anytime after 4 p.m. on June 28th. Makeup work. If you are absent, I do not accept late work. I don't give makeup work or makeup tests or extra credit if you are just absent one day. Now, if I know of an issue in advance, the farther in advance, the better. Then maybe we can work out an alternate schedule, but that really is just going to depend on how the calendar looks and what else we've got going on in class. Due dates are strict deadlines. If an assignment has not been submitted to Blackboard by the date and the time that it is due, usually Blackboard assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. Sunday nights. If you have an assignment due and it's not due, and it's not turned in at that time, your assignment will receive a 0 and you will not be allowed to make it up. Blackboard records the dates and the times of everything that you have submitted. You'll get a confirmation email that says that you submitted something. You'll know if you submitted something. So Blackboard will not allow you to turn anything in if you are trying to turn it in after the due dates. If the due date is at 11:59 p.m. and you try to turn something in 3 minutes later, you will not be able to. Blackboard will not allow you to turn in things late. Do not email me your assignments unless I specifically ask you to. If an assignment is due, it does not matter if you are in class or not. The assignment is still due, regardless of your personal attendance. If you have an essay due on Wednesday by 5 p.m., which is very rarely that happens, but if you have an essay due on Wednesday at 5 p.m. and you're absent Wednesday, that essay is still due at 5 p.m. So keep that in mind. Due dates are very important. I have lots of students to grade. I have lots of essays to grade, and it's very important for me to be able to give you feedback on how to improve on your next writing assignment, but I can't do that unless essays are turned in on a strict timeline. If you are a Central Alabama Community College athlete, if you are an athlete with CAC, you might find yourself missing class because you have a game or some other CAC-sponsored athletic event for your team. If this happens to pertain to you over the summer, you have to let me know no later than 3 p.m. the day before you are going to be absent. If you have a baseball game on Wednesday, I need to know how we are going to make up your assignments by 3 p.m. Tuesday, the day before. If I don't hear from you by 3 p.m. the day before your absence for an athletic event, then I will not be able to accommodate your absence at all. So the ADA policies, if you are a member of the ADA program, Leslie Mitchell is who you should be in contact with. It is your responsibility to meet with me about any accommodations that you need throughout the semester. You need to have the correct paperwork for me to sign, and we have to meet to discuss these accommodations. But you have to reach out to me. I can't stress that enough. You have to reach out to me if you want accommodations per your paperwork. If you think you may qualify for accommodations through the ADA department, contact Leslie Mitchell. Her information, her telephone number, and her office location are in the print syllabus that you picked up in class. Sometimes we will have crazy storms, crazy weather. Sometimes we have diseases like COVID that require classes to be canceled. If classes need to be canceled for any reason, you should be checking your CAC email and your CAC Blackboard to know what to do. We will continue to have class and information will be given through your CAC email. If we find ourselves in the middle of a tornado or if an ice storm comes through, then Schoolcast will send you a message letting you know if the school is going to close. Some of the things that we're going to do will be online. You will talk to people face to face, and you will also post things online. Be as nice online as you would in front of someone's face. Treat your peers and your instructors with respect. Use clear, concise language. You're all college students. So anything that you post online, especially having to do with class, should be treated as college level communication. So your spelling and your grammar should be accurate. CAC and all of Alabama Community College System schools, we are governed under the Discrimination, Harassment, and Title IX Act. So we have a no tolerance policy for any kind of discrimination, harassment. If you feel that you may have been discriminated or harassed, you should contact Jerry Carroll on the Alexander City campus, and her email is right here in this presentation. It's also on the print syllabus. So a few slides about assignments, particularly in my class. All of your essays must follow MLA guidelines. We will spend the first few days of class talking about what MLA guidelines are. All of your assignments should be completed in Microsoft Word. You cannot turn things in any other format. I cannot accept Google Docs. I cannot accept Apple Pages. I cannot accept PDFs. You have to turn things in as Microsoft Word files. Do not email me unless I tell you to do so. You'll be given, for every essay, you'll be given a list of minimum requirements for every essay. If any of the minimum requirements are not met, like page length, if I give you a 3-page minimum and you turn in 2.5 pages, if I tell you it has to be a Microsoft Word document, but you turn in a PDF document, then your assignment will receive an automatic F. If you do not meet the minimum requirements for the assignment, then you will not receive a passing grade. Files should be named a certain way. All of your files should be your last name, then the assignment and the term. So if Harley Quinn was going to write a research paper last semester, then she would save her document as Quinn, research paper, spring 22, because Quinn is her last name. The assignment she is doing is research paper, and the term that she did it was spring 2022. Again, I've already talked about this a little bit, but we will have probably 12 quizzes over the course of the semester. Quizzes cannot be made up, but your 2 lowest grades will be dropped. Some will be announced, some will not be announced. If you're absent during a quiz, you cannot make up the quiz. If you're late and I've already passed the quiz out to the students in class, you will not be able to make up the quiz. Quizzes could be anything from a multiple choice question to an activity that we do in class or preparation for an essay. So quizzes kind of encompass a lot of different activities that we do in class. For the exams, I've already talked about this as well. Your midterm exam will be a 50-point multiple choice test and a 100-point written essay that will be written in class. The final exam essay is an essay that we will work on in class, but you will complete and turn it in on Blackboard. There is no formal test for this course. You will have the option to drop one major assignment other than the research paper at the end of the semester if you complete a bonus course reflection. I will give you more information about this option after the midterm. My availability, again, if you have a question for me at all, email me. Email me. Don't send me Blackboard messages. You have to email me. That is the fastest way for me to get in touch with you. My office hours will be Monday and Wednesday from 1 to 3:30. And that actually is not correct. That should say Tuesday from 8 to 11:30. If you need to pop into my office, then you are more than welcome to pop into my office. If my office is open and I'm there, then you can just pop on in. But email is the fastest way to get in touch with me. The library has a lot of different uses. We will be using the library. We will use Alabama Virtual Library for our research project. So we'll talk more about library services later on in the semester. But if you have questions about the library services now, this is the telephone number for our library in Alex City. And this is the email for Danita Oliver. She is our librarian on the Alexander City campus. You